Hey guys, Alex from Paintball 101 Info, and today I'm going to compare two very nice hoppers on the market, and similar in a couple of ways, but different in a few too. First we have the Invert Halo 2 and the Empire Prophecy. These are both based off the Halo B design, which is a loader that was used more often than not, more in back like 08, 07, back then before the rotor and before the Prophecy and the Pinocchio, the three heavy big shot loaders out today. The Invert 2 was basically the loader to have, or sorry, the Halo B was the loader to have. The Invert 2 was released a couple years ago as a cheaper version of the Halo B. It runs off of sound activation instead of eyes. And the Empire Prophecy was released as a nicer, more simplistic, and it kind of fixed the flaws that the Halo B had. And it runs off of sound and RF transmitters. So you both have the Halo B design with the battery compartment, and the shells look the same. One of the main differences is the size. See right here, the feed neck on the Prophecy has been cut down. It's a lot smaller, so it sits lower on your gun. You can see by how high that's put up. The tops are about the same. You can see this little raised bump. The Prophecy, though, you see, has a smaller profile coming off the drive cone. Try and compare those. From the side, Prophecy is a little bit longer to hold a little bit more paint, which is the problem with the Halo B, is it didn't hold much paint. You see, it's a little bit shorter. From the back, it's a little bit wider. And also the nice thing about the Prophecy that the Invert 2 or the Halo B doesn't have is it's toolless. Now they brought the magnetic lid over from the Halo B, whereas the Invert 2 has a snap lid. If I take this off here, there are no magnets on this lid, therefore there's no way to put in a magnet system lid like this. It was a snap friction lid, so it used a rim around here to snap down, and the friction is what they call it, friction lid. It held it in place. Now, the back plate's a little bit different. The Invert 2's got more of the Halo style backplate where there's a button and an LED. The Prophecy has a new flip switch on off and two buttons as well as two LEDs. Let's see. Turn that one on, and we'll turn the Prophecy on. So both on. They're both really quiet. They run real smooth, and they both feed pretty fast. So I don't have a pot of paint on me right now, but one of the main things that you'll see in the Prophecy that carried over from the Halo, turn this off real quick, is the original drive cone. It has been altered slightly to kind of help fix the problems with the Halo, but see, if I just pull the extension out, the extension almost resembles the drive cone inside the Invert 2 and as well as the Halo B. Now, the Invert 2 does not have the clutch feature that the Halo B and the Prophecy have, but one of the big differences between the two, the Prophecy and the Halo B with the clutch system, is that the Prophecy is much easier to assemble and disassemble with the clutch because it's run off of magnet tension, as with the Invert 2 it doesn't have a clutch, and the Halo B runs off of a spring clutch system, which for those of you that have ever taken your drive cone out, that spring's really hard to set back in. One of the nicer things I did with the Prophecy that's not on the Halo B is the quick in and out lid. All you do is just spread the two sides apart and pull the lid out. Now, you can run it with the lid spring, but some people choose not to. Before, and with a lot of loaders that have a lid style like this, there was a rod that ran through both halves, and there's a spring that had to be set just right inside there to open the lid up. With a Prophecy, all it is one long tab and one small tab. That works as your rod. See, it opens just fine without the spring, but if you want a faster opening lid, it's a self-setting spring. You just hold it in place and put your lid in, and it will actually self-adjust itself within the tabs to open the lid. Now, these two loaders are very similar in shape, as I showed you earlier. They both run off of sound, which is kind of a nicer thing that Empire is doing, because if you ever have a gun that's got a lot of blowback and it blows paint back up into the ball stack and breaks a ball, your eyes get blocked and it won't feed. So with sound, it totally eliminates that. When it hears your gun shoot, it loads. Now the nice thing about the Prophecy that the Invert 2 and the Halo B don't have out of the box is it has RF capability. RF standing for radio frequency. It actually basically talks back and forth between your board and the board inside the Prophecy. So when the trigger switch is activated on the marker board, it sends a signal to the hopper saying that a shot has been fired and to feed. So that way you totally eliminate any problem with sound if someone else is shooting, or if your eyes get blocked. They both have the rip drive. The Invert 2 does not come with the rip drive stock, but the Halo B does. See, they're both bi-directional. This one being a little bit smaller, it doesn't stick as far off the bottom of the gun as the Invert 2 because it sits farther down. So I'll show you from that side. Not near as close off the bottom of the gun. Both are really great hoppers. The Invert 2 right now is $60, I believe. The Halo B is, I think, $50, and the Prophecy is $120. My recommendation is for sure the Prophecy. It's easy to take apart. The only thing I recommend is really reading through your manual thoroughly and looking on forums and watching people take apart this gun so you know how to put these side halves in right. I probably had 6 hours of disassembly watching videos. Manite99 on YouTube is Simon's video channel. He shows everything about it. PB Nation has a forum about it. Really nice sticky thread on there. But two very great hoppers. Recommend them both. This is Alex from PaintBall101 Info. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.